Art, 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 art.
Oh yeah! 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 Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist says things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist draws things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist paints things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist Art Baltazar.
Oh yeah, man. Welcome to Famous Cartoonist Says Things. I'm here today with my special guest, Jamie Cosley.
Woohoo!
Ooh,
Oh,
what's up,
boy.
man?
My daughter found me some headphones.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, you sound great, as
Nice.
always. You sound as great as you are handsome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
There's people already here. Look at this. D. Brad is here. Hello, D. Brad. He said, "What's happening? What's happening? Nobody knows what's happening. We're just doing this." He's like, "Oh yeah, it's a blessed day. It
We're
is
having
glorious
fun.
indeed." Yeah, man, I'm getting my swig.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Jamie, you got your swig? Yeah, you
Swig.
got a swig. Yeah, I got a swig. I got a big mug. So what's happening, man? What are you doing?
I am. I'm working on a. It's like a giant map, and
map?
it's golf course. And I had my buddy. He came over today, and we kind of laid it all out, and then he gave me this. I showed you earlier. He gave me this.
Yeah.
It's Incredible Hulk. Let me see. There we go. Incredible Hulk golf ball.
Mm.
Got the
Kinda
Marvel logo.
Whack that around. Hulk smash it. Yeah. It looks almost like a ping pong ball.
It does. It does. It looks kind of tiny for a golf ball. And I told him I've never actually played golf.
You're doing a map for a golf course?
Yeah, it's a place that he works, and he's named it. I probably should have told you this before we started. He calls it Choochville.
Chooch?
Choochville.
Doesn't that mean something in Spanish?
Yeah, I think it's Italian. And I think I don't think it's offensive.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I think it's kind of like a goober, like a
Yeah.
and so I'm drawing these guys, and he's like, can you make him dumber looking than that?
That's funny.
So I have to, you draw the guy like, ooh, and but it's a lot. It's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
I'm gonna share your link.
Yeah, man. Yeah, get the word out. This is a glorious day because two famous cartoonists are destroying the internet right now. That would be us. We're destroying it. We're here. We're not playing around, man. We're serious. Serious. Even D. Brad thinks so too.
Yeah, man.
Special guest Jamie Cosley.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've been reading your Blue Scar. Yeah, he's cool, man.
Thank
You
you,
show me
brother.
that the 3D printing. I don't know if that's secret or not, but I know what it is.
No. Yeah, yesterday on my Patreon page, we launched the Blue Scar toys.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you really?
Yeah, it's a 3-inch. It's a 3-inch in action figure because it's just.
Yeah, he's in action.
And he's got a detachable sword, and I sold 2 yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta get one. Yeah, I gotta go buy one. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It turned out really great because my brother Stephen Jenkins, famous Stephen Jenkins.
Yeah, famous Stephen Jenkins. Yeah.
He bought my dad a 3D printer, and he bought me a 3D printer.
Oh, cool.
So that's how we've made these, and they really look cool. I've got 2. I got one is like a big statue of him, and both of them were 3D sculpted by Jonathan Beastline. It's a friend of mine, and I hope I said his name right. It might be Bestline or Beastline. It's Beist. I know that.
I like Beastline. That could be another character for Blue Scar to fight.
Yeah.
Beastline.
He's a cool guy, and he did all the 3D for both of those, and man, they turned out cool. Like I want to do all kinds of colors and hey Ava,
Yeah, man.
can you do me a favor, sweetheart? In the
Yeah.
studio, on the shelves above my TV, can you bring me one of those little blue scar figures?
Yeah, man. This gave me a sneak peek reveal here on Famous Cartoonist Says Things. It should be Famous Cartoonists. I should have put an S on there today.
That's
Famous
okay.
Cartoonists.
That's all right, man. This is
Yeah.
this is
That's
awesome
cool,
fun.
man. Like I love what you're doing. I love that we're able to make our own books. And you're the one who showed me the comic Wellsprings printer.
Yeah, they are
Like,
amazing.
yeah, you're the one I needed to unlock the formula. And there's Ava. Hi, Ava.
Okay, say hi, Ava. Okay, so
Wow, she's all tall and teenagery now.
I'm gonna show you
Yeah.
two. Here's the one that's
Oh, look at that.
for sale now for
Oh, that's cool.
let's see here. Oh, I'll figure it out in a minute.
Wow.
So the sword comes apart, comes out of his hand,
Oh, we like that guy, sir.
and then this is we printed a few, but I'm not selling these yet because I got to figure out how to box them.
Oh yeah.
This is the blue
Oh,
scar. Sorry,
he's posed. Yeah.
I
You
mean
got to
the
put a lot
the
of cushion
detail.
if you're gonna ship them. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his little skull purse thingy. I mean, it just really turned out cool. And
Oh, cool.
it's actually two parts. Like his torso comes off and then snaps in there.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
so yeah, so got toys and I'm working on issue 4.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm halfway through issue 4. So
Wow. Didn't you say your last book was like 40 pages or 48 pages or something?
40
Hey, you're a
pages.
madman.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I know we're working on a crossover, Meteor Mite and Spitfire Space Cricket. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna
Yes.
show it. I got a little
Yes. I can't
page.
wait till that comes out.
Yeah, man. Look at this right there.
Yep.
That's the cover. It's a preview, and this book is going to be available in March. The Meteor Mite
Yes.
#2, and our crossover is happening. And I was talking to Comic Tom today about distributing it, and he's excited about it. But you know what would be cool? You know how we were trying to come up with a story,
Yeah.
um, to connect it to Blue Scar and stuff. I thought, like, since the big bad guy is a fire guy, what if they just drew water on him? And that was how they got. We were trying to come up with some mystical, meaningful thing. I thought they just throw water on him and he shrinks down to their size, and then he becomes a character in their he lives with them now. He just I thought that'd be funny. Instead of trying to make this epic thing. I know we were trying to come up with an epic storyline, like how's it gonna tie to this, and like it was getting nuts. It was turning it into a mini series. Like, well, we can still do it.
Yeah.
And it'd be cool to like create a character at the end of the story that we could both use at any
Oh,
time we
yeah.
want. Like this guy could, or we could make him shrink him down and divide him into 2, and you could have one guy and or whatever. I don't
Well,
know. That'd be funny.
if you remember, because Spitfire Space Cricket is probably, gosh, probably 20 years old.
Wow.
And the very first appearance of him was, of course, he looked different. He's had many different costumes.
Yeah. I have different drawings of that guy.
He was on the back of, I think it was Nippy Wallaboosh.
Nippy Wallaboosh. Was he?
And when we were talking, because I actually did this 4 or 5 page story, and you were the one that said, because I think I was just calling him Space Cricket, and then you said call him Spitfire Space Cricket, and it stuck.
Hey, I
Yeah.
remember he looked. I remember we were creating stuff at a time where we would create stuff individually, and then when we show each other our stuff, it would look similar, and it would always get both of us like, oh. And I think that's why you changed the design of Spitfire, because he looked like Webster, the Spider Monkey.
Yep.
Remember they had the same type of mask with the big eyes,
Yep.
and even Webster, I redesigned him too since then. He used to be all yellow, but now he's orange and brown, and I remember that. And
Yeah.
Spitfire used to be green, and
Yep.
he had
He used to be green.
yeah. And his
And then-
antenna were like Meteor Mite, where they turned back. I remember
Yeah.
that.
And then there was another version where he looked a lot like whenever I would draw Rom, I would draw him as Rom Thumb.
Yeah,
Is the
yeah,
little guy. And and then finally this one, I was like, oh, this is it. The colors, the helmet, everything. And it looks it looks different enough because we've always kind of drawn alike.
yeah.
We met, guess back in the 90s.
I think I met you in 92,
Yeah.
93 or something, because that's when I first started. That's when I first learned about comic conventions. I used to wait till the one in Chicago was always in July. But then I thought to myself, I said, "Self, wouldn't it be cool if there was a convention every month I could go to?" And I didn't know that there were shows in every city. So I think the first one I went to was like Pittsburgh, and I met you in Pittsburgh. You were walking around.
Yep. Pittsburgh.
You
I
gave me
had
a Tony Pony. You
that's
gave me a
right.
little comic. Yeah,
Yeah, I had Tony Pony. That's when I met Chris at that
yeah.
show.
Hmm.
And you had all of these books and all of these toys that you had made. And
Yeah,
and then we started talking and hanging out, and
yeah,
we would always draw stuff. Yeah, and it's like, I got a character that looks like that. We didn't know it. We just
yeah,
and I think that's because both of us are heavily influenced by Hanna-Barbera,
yeah,
and and we've just got that. And then of course when I picked up a brush pen, then it was like, oh gosh.
yeah. That's when you unlocked, man. And same with I drew my first Crybaby books with markers and uni ball pens and stuff. And I think it was Jeff Smith told me, I met him one time and I asked him how does he get his lines to look like that? And he told me he uses brush. I'm like, oh, and then I tried it and I was real shaky at first. I did Crybaby number 8. I just went ahead and just started with brush. I learned by drawing that book. But by the time my first the next one came out, man, my lines were so cool. And people told me too, like, what happened? You picked up the brush and exploded. And
Yeah.
then I saw that happen to your work. Like your work just like when I told you that too. It's like Sharpie is cool, but it looks cool, but it looks like a sketch. Like it looks
Yeah.
like a convention sketch. But man, once you picked up that brush pen, like your lines were thick and thins, and like, man, this guy. I think you tried that with Nippy Wallabush. I think
Yeah.
that might have been the first one because he's all stretchy and crazy looking.
Yeah. He's yeah, it definitely when I noticed a big difference when I started using, and I was hard headed about it. I was like, no,
Yeah,
I'm gonna and then I was like, well, if it's gonna help, let me give it a try. And now I mean every time I wanna use the oh,
yeah, man.
Tyler just pulled in. He'll be able to say hi to
Did
you.
he? Ah, I
Yeah,
like Tyler. I want to see him too.
yeah, man.
He draws stuff. He draws comics too.
Yeah, he has gotten so good at mapping out these stories. Like he knows exactly where uh, Blue Scar is headed, and this is like when we collect the first 4 issues,
Yeah,
he's got the next 4 planned, and
man.
it's so fun working with him. And then of course um,
Stephen Jenkins. Yeah,
Stephen Jenkins, he works so hard on these pages, and it's cool because I told him, I said, well, let's leave the here he comes,
is Tyler coming?
Tyler Cosley.
What's up?
We're live on Facebook.
Oh yeah, man.
You want to say hi to Art?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he can hear me or not, but that's all right. Be good to look at the boy.
So yeah, I mean, it's just so cool. I love working with them, and now it's like anytime I come up with a character, I'm like, okay, how am I gonna introduce this character? What's his relation to Blue Scar? Because we've got
Yeah,
this really cool, like Crimson, who's the main villain.
yeah.
There's a lot of stuff about him that hasn't been revealed yet, and there he is.
Oh yeah, man. Look at that guy. All grown up.
He's
He's a man now. He's Mr. Cosley now.
yeah,
Well,
he's
not
Mr.
yet. Not officially. He's not married yet.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
how's it
man. How you
going?
doing, sir? Good, man.
he's student teaching,
Oh
and
yeah, he's Mr. Cosley, student teacher.
Sophie's happy to see him.
Oh yeah, that's
But
good.
yeah, it's just man, I don't know. I feel like I could you know work on Blue Scar for however many years the Lord has planned
Yeah,
for
man.
me, because I love the character. I don't get tired of him. He's just so fun to draw.
you build a universe, and I bet you like I don't know, all your universe is probably all connected, just like my universe. And I bet you Blue Scar could meet Tony Pony if he needs to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real easy to connect them, and Blue Scar is just cool, man. And I always tell people when you make your own comic, uh, don't go epic because you're never going to be able to finish an epic. But you, man, you went all in epic. You're all epic. It's just cool. I really like them.
It's weird because I think it was because the first issue came out in 2020, and the second one 2021,
Yeah.
the third one, and so on. And I think it's because the pandemic, and then you know lo- lost a couple of friends that were
Oh, yeah, yeah,
they were young, and they were working on stuff, and I'm like you were saying, I just got to go all in. and
yeah,
uh and Tyler was like, let's do the first one and see what happens. And we were able to we printed 75 copies with the orange cover,
yeah.
and we sold them. We sold them all. And I was like, all right, well, let's do so we did a new cover. That was the first time Steven was like, now I'm gonna be a part of this too. And I'm like, yeah, you are.
Steven Jenkins, yeah, my man.
And then it's just like, more and more story ideas. And of course it's basically, if you took Gru the Wanderer and
Mhm,
He-Man and Dennis the Menace, and you threw them all into a blender,
mhm.
you'd get Blue Scar.
Yeah, I love it.
So
That's cool. It's cool. And I
yeah, man.
remember like years ago when we always we've been like best friends forever. And like
Yeah.
whenever call all time, but there was a moment when you were down and I was like, man, just who cares about whatever people told you? You didn't get that stupid job. So what? Just create your own stuff. And I remember that night. It's like I remember that day because I always know that whatever you don't get in the comic book industry or you don't get to do what you want to do or your dream job or whatever, don't let that defeat you. Don't let that now you got to go work at the grocery store because you can't go draw comics or you got to drive a truck. It's like, no, man, just create your own thing. And I remember that conversation. And then a few days go by and you sent me a drawing of Cody the Cavalier and his
Yeah.
little cat pirate with a sword. And he looked like he reminded me of the like you said, Hanna Barbera reminded me of Yippee Yappy and Yahooey.
Oh yeah.
Remember those guys?
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
reminded me of those. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. And I said, Jamie's doing it. He's like,
Yeah.
got it. And then you created him and you created Zucchini
Yep.
and
Oh,
you just
Zucchini was
went
when.
nuts. And like once you open that, you get tap into that creativity. You just now that all that other stuff like drawing Superman or drawing turtles or something. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Like this is all like your own
Yeah.
characters are so much more important that and that's what
Zucchini
keeps you going.
Zucchini the Snowman is the first book where I'll never forget. We set up at Heroes Con, which is
Yeah.
always in June, and it was the first picture book that I had both written and drawn, because
Oh wow.
I had been getting gigs drawing for other people.
Yeah,
Um,
you always get scripts and stuff
yeah,
like
scripts
stories.
and
Yeah.
Zucchini came out. We put it out on the table, and it was so cool because people would stop by and they'd go, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And I said, "That's Zucchini the Snowman," and then automatically pay me for it. And I'm like, "Do you want to know what's it about?" And they're like, "I'll figure it out. It's cute."
Yeah, I'll take it. That's the best when they don't even ask you how much it cost. They just say, "I'll take this," and they don't want to know. They didn't even want to hear the pitch. Just I'll take
So
it.
Zucchini, and I still have. I had always planned to do 12 snowman books,
Yeah.
and we did. I think we did four. I've actually done five. The fifth one is done. It hasn't been printed. Um, but we did Zucchini the Snowman, Marinara the Snowman,
Yeah, that's what the tomato knows.
Tomato Nose. Then we did Pumpkin, and that was
Oh,
written by
nice.
Tyler. Tyler wrote that one. Then we did another Zucchini book, and then I've actually drawn all of Paul B. Onion.
Oh, cool.
It's finished. I haven't put it out because I've been putting all my money into Blue Scar.
Yeah.
But I was always wanting to do 12 snowman books, and it just started as, I want to do a snowman that doesn't have a carrot nose,
Yeah.
and so that went from zucchini nose to tomato nose to we've got one guy called Spud, and he's got a big potato nose.
Big brown, blocky. Yeah, that's cool. French fry nose. These little kids get that French fry onion ring nose.
Onion ring nose, and
Hmm.
so those have always sold really well. But then the and I say that that's not bragging because I don't do many shows. I'm meaning
Hmm.
if I can sell 100 to 200 copies of something, I'm happy because I've made my money back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
but
true.
but the big thing, you know what the big thing is, came in 2017.
Yeah, man.
Oh
I know what
man,
all of the big things are.
yeah,
Hmm.
even before they happen. But yeah, definitely. Um, April, this April will be 6 years drawing for Star Wars Insider.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I remember too, and I'm going to say it's because I told you use a brush pen, I don't know. But, but I know that early on, we were all told the same thing. And, that was a joke. I don't mean to take credit for you, but no, you did it. But I mean, but
Well, no, no.
all
Not
early on,
only did you
everyone
tell
says,
me,
yeah, you'll never work. You'll never get anywhere. You're dreaming. You're never
yeah,
going to draw for Star Wars or Disney. And then look at who else you worked on Walking Dead and Stranger
yeah.
Things and Ninja Turtles. You did all this stuff. Marvel, right? Did you work on Marvel stuff?
I did 2 or 3 uh, Marvel sets, but I don't know if they're ever going to come out.
Oh, is that secret? Shh,
It's
don't tell nobody.
no, it's not anymore because it was a ton of fun, and I like the guy that was in charge. But I think they lost the stuff that I did or something. I mean, because I
Oh,
had drawn like, Peter Porker and
yeah, I saw a lot of those.
and I don't know if they're ever going to come out. And so when I was like, well, I could be bummed about this, or I could just go draw
Just
issue
draw
3
Cody.
of
Yeah,
Blue
just draw
Scar.
Scar meets Cody meets Linguini. All these
But
guys.
you told me, you said it wasn't just to pick up the brush pen, but
Yeah,
because I can remember there was one moment where I was just and I'm not the kind of person that's gonna hop online and say, oh, I'm down.
yeah, yeah.
But if you talk to me,
Hmm.
I'll let you know. And not everybody knows how to handle stuff like that. And you were like, you sent me this list,
Oh,
and it
yeah,
was all of the things that you had been rejected on,
yeah, yeah,
which is incredible, especially when you look at what you've actually been able to do.
yeah,
You've worked on everything, it seems like.
yeah,
But you were like, Jamie, look, all of this stuff I didn't get. And I went, oh,
yeah,
man, okay.
yeah.
And
Everything was on that list,
it was-
except for the things I did get that I got.
yeah. And it was like, darn, even art.
Yeah.
And so then Steven, because I remember I told Steven, I was like, I think I'm gonna throw in the towel. Um,
No.
and he was like, no way. I mean, he was so upset. He called our mom, and she had me come over, and she was like, now Steven tells me that you're thinking about quitting. You can't do that.
Yeah, she made you some dinner, made a nice apple pie. Sit down, put some ice cream on it for you.
So
Yeah,
I thank God for you and for mom and Steven and just the people, because it's easy to we all have
yeah,
these big dreams, and then when stuff doesn't happen we feel like, well, that's the end. But really, when you look at like um well, like Walt Disney, for instance, when he lost
yeah,
Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, he created Mickey.
yeah. Just make another guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
I'm a
think
big
that worked
yeah,
out okay for him,
yeah. He did all right, and he's still around.
He's still
Even though you don't make, there's not a lot of there's new stuff, but he comes back every once in a while. But yeah, that's not. Yeah, it's cool, man. I'm a big fan too of creating something and having a time, and then you move on to the next thing. I like doing that too. And then,
Yeah.
but somehow all your characters are connected in
Yeah.
the whole big universe. It's just cool. And I have these aliens who I draw, the little green aliens and a little purple spaceship. They fly around in all my comics, and those characters connect everything I've ever worked on. They appeared in Super Pets. They appeared in Tiny Titans. They appeared in the Mask from Dark Horse. They appeared in Captain Camel. They're in the Craybabies. They appeared in Patrick, and they're the one characters that connect all of my universes. And I'm trying to connect Gorilla right now in a secret way, and I'm coming up, but I got to be real tricky with that because I can't use the words that I
Yeah.
used in previous strips. But people will know that people will know if who know. And
Well, that's funny because there's a little orange frog
oh yeah,
that I will put in my Star Wars strips, and I've never brought attention to him. I never. His name is Opie Star Jumper.
yeah,
And,
yeah. I remember you told me that. You come up with the best names. Nippy
and he is
Wallaboosh, the
he is
Buffalo
in
Naps. Yeah.
Buffalo Laps. He's in a ton of Star Wars
Sh-
strips. He's in
mhm.
Zucchini. He's
Shanky Whistle Teats, remember him? When he said he has cow udders, and when he runs around, the air makes the udders go.
Yeah, I never did draw him, but Levi Krause, who is
Yeah,
one of my favorite cartoonists of all time. He's just such a good guy. He's
yeah,
a good
he's cool.
soul.
He's one of us.
He's one of us. He
Mhm.
drew a Shanky, and it was so funny.
Shanky Whistle Teats.
I was like, I should just put it as a T-shirt or something. I don't even have a book. Who is this character? I don't know. We haven't done anything with him.
Hmm. That's cool.
And then I got
You should
uh,
put him in Blue Scar. He could be
yeah.
his ally. You could have him in just sitting in the street with a poncho,
Well, the
and then
cool
he goes, "You're looking for the lost scepter." And he took it's that way, and then he goes, "Who are you?" Tell him Shinky Whistle Teats sent you. I don't know.
the best thing about Blue Scar is everyone is after the sword
Yeah.
because that sword is the last real sword in the entire universe.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if I told you that part, but that there's
remember the boy?
only
Yeah, he finds it in an antique store or something
yeah.
in the first issue. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
So that's the last sword. Everything else is kind of like lightsabers. They're called hollow blades
yeah.
in our universe, so we don't get sued.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and
You say "Vashom" when the
but
special effects.
the two characters that people really latched onto with issue 3 is Solomon Bounce
Yeah, yeah,
and Noki.
yeah. That's a
Um,
little walrus. Is
yeah,
that him? Yeah, I like him too.
so he's kind of like influenced by Chumley from Tennessee Tuxedo,
Hmm.
and of course Wally Walrus, and then Solomon Bounce is basically. I mean, I've always loved Captain Carrot and
Yeah, yeah,
Jackson from Star Wars and
yeah. The green bunny.
the Green Bunny,
Solo didn't like
which
him too much.
I I, I sat next to Roy Thomas at a show a few years
Oh,
ago, and
cool.
he told me right away. He was like, George Lucas doesn't like Jackson,
Then
and
they
I'm
made a
like,
toy of him too.
yeah,
Hasbro
yeah,
made a toy. Yeah.
it's a good one. I got it,
Oh, cool.
but I'm like, George created Jar Jar. Why would he not like Jackson? It's basically the same thing. It's a tall, lanky, kind of goofy
Yeah.
character. Um,
Jackson was tough though. He had some attitude.
yeah, he was
He
definitely tough.
wanted stuff. Imagine if they had Jackson in episode 1 instead of Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Man, that would have been something. That would have been a cool shout out for all the guys like us who've been reading the comics since we were kids.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, there he is. It would have
That's
freaked
him.
out. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I always wanted to. It was so cool. It's another one of those cool moments. But when I sat next to Roy Thomas,
Yeah, yeah,
and we all know he's done everything.
yeah.
Um, so there was a issue of Star Wars Insider out that had a huge interview with him
Oh, in the Star Wars magazine?
in the Star Wars
Oh, cool.
magazine. And
Nice.
so, and the comic strip that month happened to be my Jackson comic strip.
Oh, cool.
And so it was so funny because I told him, I was like, you and I are in a book together. And he was like, what? I said, yeah, we're basically studio mates because, you're in here, I'm in here.
Yeah, we made it, bro. You
And
gotta tell 'em,
I did the
yeah.
same thing with Greg Hildebrandt. There was
Did
a
you really?
there was a huge interview with Greg Hildebrandt, who is just, he's incredible.
Yeah,
His
he's great.
paintings. And I walked up to him and I said, you got a minute? He goes, yeah. And I said, I'm in this magazine with you. And he looked at me real funny because he didn't know who I was.
Mhm.
And I showed him my comic and I said, this is me. And I said, and then this is the big article on you. I said, so we're in this together. And he looked at me and he goes, you're a big deal.
That's cool.
I was like, yeah, Greg Hildebrandt. And I got him to sign my book, my magazine. I was like, he said I was a big deal.
Wow, that's cool. Is he an old guy now? Is he real old? I can't
Um,
imagine. I don't know what they look like, the Hildebrands.
he really didn't look, he's older than us, but he
Yeah.
looked good. He was in, I believe he had a, kind of a mustache and goatee.
Yeah.
And
Those
of
were the
course,
guys who made Luke, a buff Luke and sexy Leia. Yeah, with her
yeah,
legs sticking out. And yeah.
he,
I don't know if she was holding his leg, but it was like a Conan style. But she had the gun, I think. Yeah.
well, I wanted of course, they had the original painting at Baltimore of
Wow.
Creature from the Black Lagoon that he did.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Several $1,000s, of course.
Yeah.
But I was like, it was so funny because he was so nice because he could have just, blown me off and said,
Yeah.
go away. But he was like, you're a big deal.
That's
So I hold
cool.
on to that.
That's cool, man. And now, how long have it? It's been 2017, you said, right? Or
Yeah,
2015 since Star Wars. 6 years, you said.
2017. So I went to my very first signing was at Star Wars Celebration, Florida,
Oh yeah.
and it was right before Rogue One came out,
Oh cool.
which I love. That's still one of my favorite movies. Rogue One, I thought was just awesome, and I did free sketches because I literally, the magazine with the new format and the new comic strip debuted at that show, and so at the time nobody knew it, but it was neat to be able to show people. And then I did sketches, and then there was some guy. It never happened, but he was asking me to do a Doctor Who cover,
Hmm.
and I said, yeah, I'll do that. He goes, okay, I'll contact you. He never did, but it's still one of the things that. And then we went to get pizza, and there were some people, I guess, some people that worked there that were Star Wars fans, and knew that I had been there. So I ended up doing a Darth Vader sketch and got some pizza.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah.
I know we went to Celebration in Chicago. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a fun
Yeah.
time, man.
I
That
picked
was
you up at the airport. You were freezing. I remember that. Was that during that, or was that another time?
well, I've been a couple times.
Yeah.
I just remember this was the first time that I had been to your where you're living now.
Yeah, you were in my house. Yeah.
I went down to the studio and I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I've never seen that many Mego in one place in my
Yeah.
life.
And all the toys. And I remember having a whole bunch of unopened Star Wars action figure. I had boxes, still had cases of figures. And you were asking, wow, that's a lot. What are you doing with those? I said, I'm going to do a live stream where unboxing. And then I went, nah, want to open them? Let's go upstairs. So we took all the boxes upstairs on my living room floor, and we just opened all the action figures and played with them on a kitchen table and put the lightsabers in their hands. It was cool. And then we listened to that's when the Rise of Skywalker trailer
Yeah.
was just announced, and we listened to the announcement.
We
and
were freaking out.
yeah, and the trailer's much better than what the movie was, but man, that trailer, like, man, it blew us away because like you heard Palpatine's voice.
Yep.
I've always been here, whatever he says. And I'm like, that's Palpatine. And first I'm like, I know that voice, and you said that. That's Palpatine. I said, how can it be him? And then but somehow he returned,
We had
That was a good time.
all of your toys.
Yeah.
And I have this video. I have this video on my phone where you were like, you did an impression of me.
Hmm.
You said, golly.
Golly, let's play with Star Wars toys.
I
Yeah,
said,
and I
you said,
forgot.
I really do love, I love Darth Vader and Jesus, and I'm
I love Jesus. I love Darth Vader. I'm conflicted. Save my
oh.
soul. I don't know. But yeah, it
And
was
then
cool.
we had the best donuts in the world. We had the best
Man.
chicken, Harold's
Yeah,
chicken.
man. I took you all over. I punished you with food.
Oh man, it
Yeah,
was
I treated you.
and
You're
the pizza place. I told Christy when I got home, I was like, the pizza place he took me to.
yeah.
Not only was it delicious, I said, but I laughed so hard, my ribs hurt. Like I was like, oh gosh, like,
Yeah.
it was just such a fun time. And then that was when,
Yeah. That was cool.
if you
Really
remember,
cool.
this is another thing. I have a lot of stories where things didn't happen, but
Yeah, it's all right.
it's okay. You remember we met that editor,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Mhm.
he at first he didn't want me, and I'm not going to say his name, but he didn't want us to know that he was the guy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I said,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I do a comic strip for Star Wars Insider, and then he goes, "Yeah, I know who you are."
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And so that was cool. And I went back and forth with that guy for a few months, and then ultimately they passed. But it was still
Yeah, I
cool.
remember that was the start of trying to get it like collected or further or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully all of
there's
that
so
comes
many
out.
now. I mean, 6 years worth of. I mean, if somebody wants to collect it,
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah. Does
You
Topps
know?
publish Star Wars still? Or is it different? Or are they
Um,
their own?
Tops Tops was taken over by a company called Fanatics,
Oh.
and their rules their rules changed. So I no longer work for them.
Oh.
Um,
Oh, and
my
the
last
cards? The
I don't
cards
do the
even?
cards anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, my last set was like Mandalorian 2, I think.
Mhm.
But they basically sent out this email and said, you know, I don't know. I
So
probably
we have
shouldn't
enough
even
cards. We have
I
enough
probably shouldn't
cards.
even say anything. It
No, that's all right.
basically the contract was something that I just said no, I'm not doing that. And I
Yeah.
appreciate, I wasn't ugly. I mean, it
Yeah.
was huge working for them,
Yeah.
and I met a lot of awesome people. But nah, I don't want anybody. I think I'm getting old and ornery. It's like I don't want
Yeah.
anybody telling me what I can and can't do. Like,
Yeah.
you can't
I'm
do
right
this.
there too. Yeah.
Don't you do that fan art? Don't you do that sketch cover? Well, don't print the blank sketch cover if you don't
Yeah.
want me to
Don't.
draw on it and sell it.
Yeah. Right.
I
Don't
mean,
make
that
it
doesn't
for
make
me.
any sense.
Yeah. Don't give me access. Mhm.
Exactly. So I'm like, and I've never been one to do like prints of a character that isn't mine. But if somebody says,
Yeah.
I want to see what Jamie Cosley's version of Batman looks like,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Yeah.
nothing wrong. And I know it's a gray area, but yeah, if the contract says you can't do this and you can't do that, I'm like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah. Those are a few things like when I did Gorilla. I couldn't draw Gorilla. I couldn't draw the characters unless Disney assigned me the project, and I wasn't allowed to sell anything with Gorilla on it. I couldn't make prints, couldn't put them on a business card, stuff like that. But I would give I would give sketches all the time. Whenever somebody said they read Gorilla to this day, if they read Gorilla, I draw them the characters. But I was never allowed to sell them because it's wasn't I don't know wasn't given to me, I guess, and I wasn't
Right.
allowed to put Mickey on anything. Like I can't put Mickey Mouse ears on my business card, which is cool. And
Yeah.
then Gorilla could never meet Mickey Mouse in a strip. I'm like, oh man, I want him to hang out. Just give him a high five at a dinner table or something, you know. But
Yep.
I can never do it, which is kind of it makes sense, I guess. But
Yeah.
I know that when I do my own comics and you do yours, we try to put so many Easter eggs in there to let everyone know that the universes are all connected.
Yep.
Like I just finished Meteor Might #3, and Action Cat and Adventure Bug are in it. Awesome Bear's in it. Evil Cat's in there, so they're in it as cameos. And same with Webster the Spider Monkey. You see like Lunar Lizard's in there, and you see Evil Cat. So it's kind of spoiler, sorry, but it's
Yeah.
in a. But I like to put the characters in there just in the Aya comic shop in the background, and it's just cool to see be able to do that.
Oh yeah, I love it.
No
I,
rules, man.
I
Roll up the
love Action
sleeves and
Cat.
do it. Oh
My
yeah, man.
my favorite Action Cat is I'm not going to say the name because I'll say it wrong, but his his costume is almost like brown and blue. Um,
Oh, the Golden Age Action Cat?
Golden Age.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I
I'm
love
making him.
him.
Yeah, I'm making him, and I'm going to reveal who he is because there's a
Oh,
mystery of who he is. He
okay.
is the Golden Age Action Cat, but who is he in relation to the rest of the characters?
Yeah,
And I'm doing it's part of my monthly comics because I'm work man I just uploaded 3 more books to our folder because with Comic Tom and whatnot and all these guys, but I keep giving this guy books. And I just talked to him today. He goes, "Man, we got a lot." I'm like, "I know. I'm gonna give you like 3 more this month. Don't worry about it." And but he says, I asked him, am I scaring you, or are we okay?" He goes, "No, man, keep them coming. That's all right." So part of this is Golden Age Action Cat, and at first, like when all my stuff and your stuff too was on Comixology on what all your comics, and then when Comixology switched, it's like all the stuff's gone. And so a lot of these books were already 10 pages in. And so I'm finishing up a lot of 10-page comics, making them 20 pages. And and Golden Age Action Cat was one of those. So I have the first story, and it might be a 2 issue. A lot of these things are going to be 2 and 3 issues,
Mhm.
but you're going to see who he is. And there's a reason why. There's other characters in the comic who wear a blue cape. I'm not going to reveal. It's all I'll tease. I teased a kid about that, and he asked me, "Who's this character?" And I said, "Well, who else has a blue cape?" And he figured it out, and he told me what it was. I'm like, "That's it. Yep, you guys figured it out."
That's
But
cool.
yeah, and the only thing I'll say is like, I know I'm going to Golden Age Action Cat rant, but in in the comic with uh, uh, Captain Action Cat,
Mhm.
where Captain Action Cat meets Action Cat, and they go through a time stream and they jump through time. Well, they go back in time when they find the Golden Age Action Cat floating in ice, like Captain America.
Oh, okay.
So they bring him to modern times and they thaw him out. But then when they return him to his original time, they return him too early, and he sees himself floating in ice. So that that's going to be in my comic where now I suddenly created 2 versions. There's a Golden Age Action Cat from 5 minutes ago and Golden Age Action Cat from Frozen in Ice. So those 2 cats continue to live and go forward with their lives, but they go separate lives. So it's like you having another Jamie Cosley, but now it's like like or that Peter Parker and Ben Riley. It's a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit like
yeah,
that, where
yeah.
you share moments, but then the moment where you become two, they go their separate ways and they create their own lives. So that's what the story's going to be about. That's what the comic is going to be about. You're going
That's
to find out
cool.
who he is, who one of the guys is, and who the other guy is,
I
but they're the
love
same
him.
guy.
He's one of my favorites. And then I told you, Amazing Mouse. I love
Oh yeah,
Amazing Mouse.
Amazing Mouse too, man.
I love him.
I can't wait, man. I got so many comics that I'm going to be doing, and a lot of them are one shots. A lot of them are 2 issues. Um, I got a lot, and that's going to come out soon. I just don't know what the dates are because now I overwhelmed Tom with so many books that we don't know what months are going to come out because we're kind of randomly picking them now. So
Yeah.
the schedule kind of got messed up because I just keep giving him books, and he gets excited. Oh, we'll do that one next. We'll do this one. So Amazing Mouse is coming, but also Giro Man is coming, and
Oh,
I have a story that I wrote in like what was it 1995, 96, where Giro Man is comes home from fighting a bunch of bad guys, and he's real he's where he's tired, so he goes on TV with his remote control and sees. Remember in the '90s there was the Psychic Network
Oh
with
yeah.
Dionne Warwick,
Yeah.
because you could call a sidekick and they could tell you your future. Well, he goes to the Sidekick Network and he orders a sidekick. He orders a sidekick through TV. Maybe I should do it. I should change it where he goes online and orders on the internet. But the sidekick they deliver to him is Paul B. Onion. So
Oh,
I
that's
have a cameo.
awesome.
Yeah, I wrote that a long time ago, but so that's the sidekick he gets in the mail, the UPS guy. I should say
That's
Amazon.
awesome.
Beep, you're here. Knock, knock. And he opens the package and it's here's your sidekick. He's in there. They deliver Paul B. Onion. So
Paul
it's a
B.
little
Onion.
Paul B. Onion cameo.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love
So,
it.
so our universes are connected.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Heck
love
yeah,
it.
man. Should we see what people are saying, sir?
Yeah. See if
what's happening.
anybody's sticking around or if they like this. They're just
People-
talking.
Or people are listening? They're like, it's like, oh, here it is. Let's see. Eric Wolfgang's here. Shredded the net. That's what he says. Our Facebook user. Hello, gentlemen. Very proper. Melissa's here. Melissa Bruce, Christmas tree still up. Hey, you got a tree still up, Jamie?
Oh, that yeah.
You always have a tree, right?
We keep that tree up all year long. It was one Christmas where everybody was just so sad about the prospect of taking down the big Christmas tree that Christy decided to have one up all year. So right now it has hearts on it for Valentine's Day,
Oh,
and then it'll have clovers for St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
and then every time there's a birthday, we have a birthday tree. So it stays up because we're just a Christmas family, and
mhm.
it's always right there. So I think when Christmas is here, we have like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 trees.
Wow. You have a forest, Christmas
But
forest.
that one stays up all year long. So
I like that. A holiday
Yeah.
tree.
holiday tree.
Yeah, man. I like it. As long as the dog doesn't use it, you're good. It's like I just went. I don't need to go outside. Edgar says he needs that fig.
Oh,
Need
hey,
it,
Edgar.
man. Oh yeah, Edgar, he's a good man, that Edgar.
He's awesome.
D Brad, I blinked and missed that preview. What preview? This one? Meteorite Space Cricket? Is that it right there? Yeah, here's the cover.
There
This
it
is
is.
this is the penciled cover. Yeah, it's
So
coming out,
cool.
man. We're gonna do it. We gotta figure out. We got the first 10 pages all drawn up. I gotta
Yep.
figure out the second half. But I think the bucket of water might be the way to go. Make
I
it
like it.
simpler. Or
I like it.
I like Blue Scar coming in. It'd be cool if the portal opens up and Blue Scar walks in, and then he's like, "I'm here." And then one of the guys hands him like onion rings. Here's those onion rings I told you about. Oh, these are great. And then he leaves. I don't know. It always like reminds me of that joke in Blues Brothers. Did you get my cheese whiz, boy? And after he did through all that stuff, he throw him the cheese whiz. I
Yep.
always like that gag. That's cool. Brian Lynch is there. Hello, Brian Lynch. He's a good man at Brian Lynch. He's Harold, the Hot Wing of Justice creator. Luis Tomas Garcia. What's happening, sir? Luis is the drummer for Ukla the Mock. Famous
Oh,
guy. He's
Awesome.
the father of Comic Tom. Yeah, man. These guys have been my friends for like 20 years, it feels like. Brian Lynch, we would love to see Peter Porker. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, man. Jamie knows
Yeah.
how to draw Peter Porker.
I wish that's one thing that I like. Because when I found out that was one of the characters I could draw, I drew a bunch of them. And like I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
I don't know if they got lost. I don't know if they got if the stuff I did get rejected. I never got paid, so I was like,
Whoa. Did
I'm
you,
out.
Did you make copies of all of them?
I got
Take
pictures.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. At least you have proof.
Yeah,
As
it's
people say now, you have receipts.
and I have some official Marvel, stock that I can draw on, but
Oh,
yeah, whatever.
they gave you cards too?
Yep.
Oh, cool. You should just sell them for shows. Draw DC guys on there. Draw Superman, Batman on all of Marvel kit paper. And then sell them for like $50.
I just keep them. I'm like,
You
whatever.
can wallpaper your wall with them.
Yeah,
Just glue them right to the wall. It's like, what's all this blue line?
it stinks because somebody would have gotten a lot of Spider Ham, but
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some.
We could team up Spider Ham with our guys. That'd be good. Just
Yeah.
put them in the book. See if they catch us. You know, they won't. They won't know what's happening. Look
Well,
at,
we could do Webster the Spider Ham monkey.
that's right. That'd be cool. What's Keith Elliott saying? If you never thought about throwing in the towel, you weren't dreaming big enough. That's true.
Absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
setbacks, man. They
He,
hit you and then you
Keith
come
is
back.
awesome. He is one of my patrons and huge.
Oh, cool.
It just encourages me. I met a lot of cool people over at the Usagi Yojimbo Facebook group,
Yeah.
and because Tyler has all the figures and all the books. I mean the big volumes, and we've always loved, and we got to meet Stan, and so it's been really neat to meet folks, and Keith is a big encourager, big supporter. He has a lot of my artwork.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff. So I worked on one of his pieces today. So
Oh, cool. You know what I like about meeting fans too, especially people that you've known for a while, and you know what books they like. When they come to your table, you know what they need. Like, hey, you don't have this, and they're like, "You're right. How'd you know?" And it's weird how it's like you're a Starbucks guy making your coffee. He sees you come in, and he makes it the way you want it before you even get to the front counter. It's kind of
yeah,
like when they come to the shows, you see like, "Oh, you don't have this new one. You don't have this one," and like,
yeah,
yeah, it's kind of fun.
yeah.
Yeah, I like all of that. Look at my son Gordon's here. Gordy's
Gordon,
he's waving a pink hand, it says.
hey man.
What's up, Gordy?
Hey,
He's in the school.
remember when I came and stayed with you, and he said, "Oh, hey, Soapy." He said, "Is that your friend? Is he gonna sleep over?"
Did he? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have a sleepover. They always say he's gonna spend the night. That's always a word they say, spend the night. Yeah, it's funny. Like Jamar.
Oh,
Jamar Nicholas,
Jamar!
yeah.
Oh man,
Our
I got
cartoonist
his
brother.
book. I was so proud to go to my local Barnes and Nobles and get Leon.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, this is just so cool.
I miss Jamar. I miss all you guys. You know what? I ordered floppy caps because of Jamar. What do you call them? Those floppy hats he wears?
I think it's called
Bucket
a
hats.
bucket. Yeah, bucket hat.
I got 3 of them. I got a brown one, a black one, and a white one. And they look cool, man. The one of them is real big though. It covers like it comes all the way down to my nose. I don't know why, if it's supposed to be that big. I might have to starch it or put it in the laundry or something, shrink it a little bit. But
Well,
they're cool.
there's a new movie out where Brad Pitt is biting Jamar's style because he's wearing the
Really?
hat. I think it's
Oh.
called it's something train. Something train. They
Oh
do all this
yeah.
fighting on the train, and I'm like, he's wearing Jamar's hat.
Yeah, he's stealing his style, man.
Well, oh,
And
what was it, baby? Bullet Train.
Bullet Train, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And that the reason why I bought I get bucket hats and fedoras and stuff is because my hair starts getting curly and longer, and baseball caps make it stick out. Like the headphones are holding my hair in right now, but when I wear the bucket cap or the bucket hat, the hair could go down, and that's why I switch. Like if I get a haircut, I could wear the caps, and then the longer my hair gets, the caps like my hair pushes the hat off my head, so then
I
I
like
can't fit.
I like the one you're wearing, Action
Yeah,
Cat.
man. Oh yeah, man.
I
I
like
got
that.
these patches. Yeah. I don't know if I have adventure bug patches on my site right now. Yeah, man. It's custom. It's called customizing.
Custom.
Look, here's the question you needed to hear.
Okay.
How can I get a copy of Blue Scar? This is what we
Awesome.
need to know.
Yeah. Well, I just recently reordered issue 3. That's the 40 pager that Art was telling you about.
Yeah, man.
So you can go to my website, jamiecosley.com. And as soon as they get in, I'll be making that announcement. And the good thing about issue 3 is it recaps 1 and 2. So you don't have to have 1 and 2, but
Yeah.
I'm most proud of that one because I spent about a year working on And not that I'm that slow, but we just we really took our time. And then my brother Steven, he spends 5 to 6 hours coloring each page. Um, and we really wanted to set up, because 4 is going to be another really big, like, lots of reveals.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, long story short. Thanks for asking. And jamiecosley.com, and oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Facebook
Facebook
page.
page has a link.
There you go.
People are
Thanks.
helping out, man.
Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, this is it's a labor of love. It's a project that I'm hoping that, just like, no matter what he does, everybody associates Sergio with
Yeah,
Gru, and
yeah,
Stan with, Usagi. I hope people will say Jamie and Blue Scar, and be like, no matter what I'm working
yeah.
on.
And he's kind of a
Uh,
cross between both those guys a little bit. That's your
yeah,
style too.
he,
Fight,
he he
fight
definitely
giant
is.
rabbits. Yeah,
I remember
samurai bunnies.
and Scott Shaw. Like, I've been
Yeah,
fortunate enough to, Scott Shaw, who I love him.
yeah,
I got to hang out with him and go to breakfast with him, and got a Captain Carrot. And, you know to be able to meet those guys and say,
yeah,
you're the reason I do this.
yeah.
It's nothing like it, man.
No, I know. I see Scott Shaw's Flintstone drawings,
Yep.
and I just want them. I look at them and it's like, man, I want to try to get an action cat a sketch from him, just to draw action cat.
Yeah,
And
I'm the same. I'm like, if I could have a Sergio,
yeah,
a Stan, a Scott Shaw, and most of these guys, they do commissions, but just right now,
yeah,
I just can't afford them. I mean, they
yeah,
deserve all of that and more. I'm like, whoo, I gotta print my books.
yeah. They're real cartoonists, like in their blood. Cartoonists. They never change. Like they make cartoons, and they
Yeah.
happen to make comic books in their cartoony style that they didn't have to fit in the industry. They just made it. You know what
Yep.
I mean? Like,
Yep.
and that's like I get real inspired by that too. Like, there's no way that you're ever gonna think I'm looking for a book that looks like Usagi Yojimbo, but then you see it and like, wow, this is a cool looking book. No other
Yep.
books look this way, and that's what I like about that too. You could always tell their art. Look at this guy, Angelo. I'd like an itty bitty book for other comic characters like Usagi Yojimbo. Yeah,
Oh
we could do
man,
that.
that would be awesome.
For a while we were planning on doing a few dark horse itty bitty dark horse books, but things change. But it's like I got a few things I'm working on with people, but not so much. Like it's all independent stuff right now, which is real cool. We could take the gloves off and run, man. Oh yeah, team ups are pretty awesome. Yeah, Danny Wisniewski. Yeah, yeah, man. We got it. Yeah, I like this. I want to like Meteor Might Spitfire. It's gonna be cool. Like we'll just throw a whole bunch of stuff in there.
That's gonna be
Easter
so
eggs. Blue
fun.
Scar will show up. It'll say, "Oh, here's that Hulk golf ball I shot
And
over here. Pick it
and
up."
we've been talking about we've been talking about this for years,
Yeah,
because
yeah, man.
you were gonna do, when I met you, you were gonna do a book called Chocolate Milk
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
an anthology,
yeah,
and you invited me to be in that, and then just, you know, and then
yeah.
of
That
course,
was in like 1997 or
yeah,
8 or 9 or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah, we've always been. I love collaborating. I love seeing other people's takes on their cartooning and yeah, we were gonna do. I think we were gonna do. There's gonna be 3 issue series. I want to do chocolate milk, and then I was gonna do sugar-free chocolate milk, and then I was gonna do strawberry milk. Yeah,
yeah, strawberry.
those were the first 3 issues.
I remember
And
that.
we should just do it. We could probably bring that back
Yeah,
because it's called chocolate milk because my company's electric milk, and I thought that would be fun.
I love
Yeah,
it.
we could do that, right? Why
Yeah,
not? We should just do that. But we're kind of doing it with all your comics too.
yeah.
And but I did get submissions for that. I should see if I still have that stuff. I don't know. Wolfie, hello, good sirs. Joining late. It's all right, Wolfie.
Hey, Wolfie.
I know we're gonna go soon because we both have to do things, dad stuff. Really
Yeah,
enjoying the conversation, Brian Lynch.
awesome.
I've seen Jamie's Usagi art on Usagi.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
You
me.
said you got a lot of cool stuff happening. You said on thanks to the Usagi guys.
Yeah, they're just a wonderful group. I got to um, meet some folks in Charlotte, and
Oh, cool.
they come up and be like, "Hey, let me get to a sketch of Usagi," and then buy all three Blue Scar, and I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
You know,
Like,
'cause
yeah, I'm gonna. Where's your next? Where's your next event? Where are you gonna be next?
I'm hoping to go back to Charlotte in June,
Say Heroes Con.
Heroes Con, because
Oh, nice.
I usually do for the past few years. I've done a Star Wars workshop, and I do it all 3 days.
Oh,
Um,
nice. Oh, yeah. I remember
yeah,
seeing. I saw pictures of you drawing stuff.
yeah, and
Yeah.
we had a really good group, so I'm hoping to go back and debut issue 4, and then in October, maybe. Remember
What's happening? Oh, yeah.
what's happening in October?
I'm afraid, sir. Should we? I keep thinking. I got people telling me don't do it, and I got people saying, "Oh, that'll be fun." Whew. All
Well,
right, I'm
should,
getting sweaty now. Should
should we?
we announce it here?
Let's announce it.
Let's do it. All right, I'm gonna say what happened, how we got into this. You approached me with, you said, "I got some free space." I'm like, "Oh, cool." And I'm like, "Oh, right." He goes, "You said I got a few toy vendors, I got some people, comic book sellers and toy vendors, and the only two artists will be me and you in this whole convention." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
Yep.
He said, "There's only one catch." I'm like, "What?" He said, "It's in a haunted house." Like, ah, man, it's like I got so many encounters with spirits and ghost things that I can't explain, and people touching me and telling me things in my ears, there's no one there. And I said to you, "Yeah, right, it'll be fun." I'm like, "Oh, why did I?"
Well,
And I
if
told my kids that, and they're like, "Dad, you can't go there."
don't go there. Well,
You know,
even if you if you watch like Ghost Hunters or Ghost
yeah,
Adventures or whatever, usually these guys and gals, they go into pitch black
yeah,
room,
yeah.
and they might hear a voice or something,
Who's
but it's
that?
nothing
I
like
hear.
jumps
Who's
out at
that?
you.
They
And
never get injured. Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure this place is haunted, but they say it's haunted.
I saw a few video. What's it called? The house on 39 or something like
Yeah,
that?
it's
It's in
House on
Mechanic.
39.
It's in North Carolina, I think.
Let's don't say the name just yet.
Oh, okay. All right,
We'll
erase that. I didn't
we'll
mean that.
keep that.
Yeah. But
But it will be in Richmond, Virginia.
yeah.
And if we get to do it, then you're gonna have a book, and I'm gonna do a Booskar.
Booskar. Oh,
Booskar, because it'll be in October, so it'll be a fun Halloween thing. And
yeah.
then I figured we'd go. I'd take you around to some of my restaurants. But yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be just you and me. We'd be the only two artists there.
Yeah, it's gonna be I'm gonna be scared. I know I will having a comic convention in a haunted house. Hopefully people will go to this thing. But you told me there was videos on YouTube and I watched them and I was scared the
Oh
whole time.
no.
I know I'm
Okay.
not going in the basement because that's where things are,
Yeah, I don't go to
but
basements.
I'll be close to the door with the sunlight shining in. And
Well, where you're going to be, where we will be
mhm.
seated, is in the living room.
Oh,
So you'll be right by the front door.
phew.
It'll be during the day. Now, if we decide to stay at night and live stream,
No. Oh my God. Mm. What do you? I'm gonna wear garlic. I'm gonna wear all this stuff. I don't know what keeps. I'm gonna drink holy water. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take all my beverages to the church and have them blessed. I'm gonna create holy Diet Pepsi. I'm doing that. Holy Red Bull. I'm gonna drink all this stuff that's been blessed.
yep,
Uh, but
it's gonna be fun.
it's
It's
gonna
gonna
be good
be.
as long as you're confident. I think the bad guys will stay away from us because you have the powers of Christ with you. So we're gonna we're gonna compel the demons. So if we're gonna do that, I think we'll be all right.
We'll be okay, man. We'll
We'll
be
be all
hanging
right.
out, and then we can. My buddy Eric's got a bunch of uh, cool vintage toys, so we can go and
Oh, cool.
Matter of fact, I need to stop by and see him. He's got some original GoBots.
Oh, cool. Maybe I'll make some custom Mego ghost figures or something.
Ah,
Something haunted.
that would be sweet.
Yeah.
I want a Amigo Blue Scar.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Right
Yeah,
now, the only head I found so far was the Conan head, but I don't like it because he's screaming, "Roar," and I'm like, I gotta find something else.
yeah,
But they did make thick bodies that will fit more regular heads. There's thick. Oh, it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna make you one. It's gonna be
yeah.
good. But I
That's
gotta
gonna be
get there. I just might just add blue fuzz to a guy's head. That's usually what I do. I made a Lionel with a big fuzzy head.
what is,
Look who's here. Franco's here, bros.
hey, what's up,
Oh yeah,
buddy?
man. Oh yeah, man. I just sent him a whole bunch of stuff recently in the last few days. Eating dinner while watching. Talk more food stuff. Yeah, we could talk about food. So I'm gonna have dessert soon. Talk more ghost stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We're gonna be this thing's gonna be so stressful for me, sir, because
What?
I had encounters all my life, pretty much since I'm in my mid 20s,
Oh wow.
all the way till recent. And recently I just had an encounter about 5, 6 days ago in my house. So I don't know what that was,
Mm.
but something new. I was walking and doors were opening.
Oh wow.
And I don't know. I think I know who it was, but I don't know. But it seems like everyone I'm close to who goes and things happen for a short time to say, "All right, we're good." And a lot of times before I go on trips, my my grandma will show up,
Mm.
like just the smell and her voice will be in my like whisper. And it's just weird. So I don't know what this. Hopefully, all the connections I'm having are with loved ones, who people who know me.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I'm gonna cleanse my soul, cleanse myself. I'm gonna buy brand new clothes that with the tag on them, because
With the
there's
tag.
there's like there's stories of buying stuff from thrift stores that have residual evidence stuff that's still on them. Even
Really?
washing them won't get rid of it. Yeah.
Oh
So if you
wow.
buy new stuff that's never been worn by a human being, you're probably better off. So maybe I'll do that. All new clothes. Maybe I'll buy the clothes when I get there. All of it, head to toe,
I'll have to
inside
get
and
you a
out.
shirt like you got me this.
Yeah,
Chicago.
Chicago. White Sox fan opening day, April
Yeah.
1st. I can't wait, man. No, it'll be good. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna be scared,
I
but
think
that's
we
gonna be
we
the charm.
definitely need to live stream some of it
Yeah.
because um we can say this is where they allegedly say,
Yeah. And then we could
you
review
know.
it. We could review the video and see the shadow people in the backgrounds. We could actually fake that like they do on the shows. Oh. But you know what? I was watching that Ghost Hunters once,
Yeah,
because
I
they
love
did a
that one.
live. Yeah, like or what's it called? Not Hunters, Ghost Adventures. Those guys
Adventurous. Yeah.
with Zach. And so I'm watching, and it was when they did the live. They did the live 24-hour live stream or whatever. Well, there was an episode where they picked up a rabbi. They picked this isn't even a joke. This is like most jokes start like that. There was a priest, a rabbi, but there was a rabbi. They picked them up and they brought him live on the show. It entered the house and somebody asked him, "Do you know why you're here?" And he says, "Yeah, I got the script. I read the script on the way here." And he went, "No." And so they took the camera off him and then they put him in they put him in something to look at a box. He was supposed to open a box, and he went to the box. He says, "Yeah, I memorized how I'm supposed to do this. So if this is the line." He goes, "We're live." And then Zach got the camera, and Zach walked away angry. So that guy, I don't know if he was a real rabbi, but the actor, he read
Mhm.
the script on the way there, and he exposed their 24-hour realism that was scripted. And I'm like, watch that, and it made the internet. And I'm looking at that, I'm like, oh, what
Yeah.
happened? So I felt a little safer, and I feel a little safer now.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll make up stuff. Maybe we'll have like Tyler throw little rocks and pebbles. What was that? Deep
I
Brad's a fan.
snorted.
Yeah, do some clips of the haunted house. Yeah, I think we're gonna do it. We should go, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Nothing's gonna attach to me though, right? I don't
No.
think anything ever attached to me because there's a ghost in Rosemont who I see all or I feel and hang out with all the time. and the baby Jesus will keep you safe. Yeah, man.
There you
Baby
go.
Jesus, he's the most powerful version of Jesus. All right, man. I'm not gonna tell you show up at a haunted house just to scare you guys. Yeah, he's gonna come out and go woo woo woo. All right, we're gonna do this. Our encounters vampires. Yeah, man. I get the vampires too. Do you ever stay up all night, Jamie?
Not
go to
really
bed now?
anymore. Not really
Yeah.
anymore. I used to do like overnighters when the kids like the youth group at church when they wanted to do that, and I'm at that age now where I just can't recover the next day.
It hurts, man.
It hurts so bad. Like last night, I was just gonna drop Ava off, and I walked in and they were playing dodgeball, and my friend Tyson, he's like, "Come on, Jamie, come on, get over here with the middle schoolers," and
Yeah.
man, he's like.
Beat you
20
up.
minutes later, I had see if you can see this.
Oh yeah.
Nasty rug.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
Nasty rug. And then my hips hurt. Christy's like, "You're gonna break your hip."
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I was hurting. I was like, "Oh, I gotta sit down a minute, kids." It was fun though. And this one time I dove, and that's when I got all those bruises and everything. But I grabbed the ball and just flipped it up and got this kid out. It was pretty epic.
Yeah, man. You don't mess
Yeah.
with Pops Cosley.
Don't mess
Yeah.
with.
Well, I know what we gotta go do dad thing. So
Yeah, we gotta do. This was fun though, man.
yeah, man. We could do this again. Look at
Oh,
Troy says his wife prays for everything he buys at the thrift store.
there you go.
Gotta get those demons out. Trevor Waller's here all the time.
the
Trevor's
time.
a good man.
Hey, can I say something real quick about the
Yes.
If you get a chance and if you're interested, for the past 6 weeks, 6 or 7 weeks, I've been doing YouTube videos, and basically it's how to draw a character, and then it's either scanning thrift shops, flea markets, or just the toys in my house.
Oh, cool.
So if you would, find it, and if you like one, like and subscribe it, I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to do one each week. I've done how to draw turtles, how to draw Captain Caveman, how to draw Alf.
Yeah.
And
I watched those. They show up on what are they called? Not TikToks. What are they called in YouTube? Shorts? Are they called
YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
They show up there?
And I see them on where do I see 'em? Maybe Instagram? Is it Instagram then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see them on Instagram. But I
Yeah.
do see you.
Yeah,
I
man.
watch you draw things. You get like 2,000 views. I'm really impressed.
The one that got the most views was Mickey Mouse. It was 25,000.
Wow.
But then like you'll do a video the next day and it gets 85 views, and half of them are me.
Yeah. Yeah, rechecking. Yeah. Every time you log on. Let me see who else liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yes, and thanks for letting me hang, and we should do this all the time, man.
Yeah, man. I like this. I'm gonna try to do a weekly show now. I'm picking Fridays, maybe Thursday, Fridays.
Okay.
And seems like that's the way to go, because we got some big news, things happening, monthly comics, making things. And we'll come out when you get your new book. We'll come back and you can show it on the screen and stuff.
Oh
Sell some
yeah,
stuff.
Steven's working on the cover now. It's gonna be sweet.
All right, on, man.
Yeah, man.
You're a good man, sir.
You too, brother.
I'm gonna tell everybody, no fighting, no crying. Be nice to each other.
That's right.
Wake up and do the things that make you happy. And pray for Jamie Cosley and these ghosts, because he's taking me into unknown territory in
Gonna be epic.
October. Soon. You're a good man, sir.
You too, brother.
Okay, bye-bye.
Art.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist says things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist draws things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist paints things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist
Art Baltazar!